Alright, so since everything is on my desk, I am going to just make this one last layout and then see what sort of scraps I have left from this kit and maybe make a card or something like that. I do have this girl's birthday coming up. Okay, so I've got this one background left, and then I'm going to do these 3 photos, which I find just completely hilarious. And I will have to figure out how I'm going to frame it. Okay, here we go. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to cut the branding strip off that gray background paper. And I don't really want a lot of the gray to show up because this is a happy day, so I don't really want the gray to overpower the layout. But as I cut off the branding strip, I noticed that it is a very bright pink diagonal stripe, which would work as a strip down the side of my photographs to decorate the page. What I'm going to do is stack my photographs on top of each other. So I have a big 6 by 12 block of photographs, and then I will arrange them at approximately sort of the 1/3 mark of the paper. And that way I can have colorful strips going down either side and to decorate the page. And then I'm cutting out these circles right now, and I can sort of sprinkle those from the top left down to the bottom right as a nice decorative accent. The cloud paper, I'm going to put the whole piece on this layout. I'm not going to cut a strip out of it. And I figure because the damage portion of it is on the left, I can just make sure that the cloud paper comes over to the right more, and then the photographs will be on top of the damaged bit and you won't even see it. Alright, so I'm just going to finish cutting my circles and then we will get everything laid out. So I will start by inking all my edges, and because I know that I want that hot pink piece down the left hand side, I am going to go ahead and stick it down right away. And then I'm going to line my photos up next to it, and I will only put adhesive on the very left hand side of the photographs so that I can put more paper strips underneath them on the right hand side. And I'd forgotten what order I wanted them in, so I was just checking that. And for some reason, even though my photos are 4 by 6 and my background paper should be a 12-inch square, they seem to be up above the top of the paper there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that either. But hey, just trim it off and move on. So now I've adhered that cloud paper underneath it, and like you can see, the damaged part is fully covered, so you're never going to know. But it does show up to the right enough that I've only got a sort of inch, maybe 1.5 inch border of the gray showing up on either side of the photographs. So this layout doesn't read as gray and dull. It's going to be bright and happy because of all of these circles. So now I'm just placing my circles, trying to find an arrangement that works. And I do play with them for quite a while, trying to figure out, you know, I don't want to have the same patterns next to each other, and I want to have different colors show up in different areas. So yeah, it takes me quite a while, but I think I finally got them in an arrangement that I like, so I'm going to get them adhered down. At some point, you just kind of got to stick it and go. You can't keep playing, because then you'd be there for absolutely ever until it was quote-unquote perfect. The majority of my circles are adhered down. There's 2 there that don't eventually make it onto the page so much. But they're sitting there to remind me that I have them as an option if I need them. Now I'm just going through all the other scraps that I have left over from this kit, seeing if I want to bring any of them in. And I really, they don't, they're not a shape that works. none of the little scraps are speaking to me as you know, screaming out that they want to be on the page. Some of the journaling blocks that were on the back of that eyeglass print, I thought maybe I could use those to journal on, but they're just, if I start adding brightly colored rectangles at this point, I feel like I'm going to be taking away from the idea of these sort of circles bouncing down the page. So I decided to go looking through my stash for some more embellishments, and I pull out various embellishment kits, entertain quite a few options, and basically end up rejecting them all. Do you remember me talking about these big fringed hearts? One of the previous layouts I'd made, I'd used big fringed butterflies. So I even brought these in to see if they would work and moved it around a few times, but even those I was not happy with. But in my stash I have this set of chipboard, they're like birthday themed stickers, but I've used up most of the ones that are really overtly birthday. And some of these were circles, so I thought they might work to enhance all the other circles that I have on the layouts. And then there was one that was a little floral pattern. So I thought I could bring that in quite easily. So I'm moving the various circles around, and the one that I have currently, the blue one on top of the gray circle, it says hello, and I didn't really wanted to say hello. So I tried to cut out one of my other little scraps of paper to cover it, but I wasn't happy with that either. So I eventually rejected the entire chipboard piece, but I did like the small punched circle there, so I added that and then put on the other chipboard pieces that I had pulled out of that set. And then to finish things off, I add some little black word strips, and I go looking for some letter stickers so that I can get my title in place. And to make things easier, I turn my layout on its side so that I can write the title just right up the side of there on that pink strip. And I'm just checking, I'm going through, I have 2 packs of these, but I'm just going through them all to see that I have the right letters, and I discover I only have 1 L. So I end up using 2 J's turned upside down, and I don't think you can tell unless you heard about it right now. I hope you can't tell. But anyways, this is what we do when we run out of letter stickers. We improvise, and we turn things around and upside down and back to front, and it all works out in the end. I had pulled out some of the sticker sheets. One is Bloom and one is Chasing Dreams, but I wasn't feeling it. You know, sometimes you just got to go with your gut, and my gut was saying, nope, these are not working. But I do get those black word strips on the page. And then I get to my journaling in. And nothing deep is being said here because the photos are quite comical. And I don't know if you can tell, but my teenager was quite unimpressed with her little sisters doing the dab. And then some hot pink gems to finish things off. I'm trying to repeat that circle element, and gems or enamel dots are definitely the way to go. And there's the finished layout. So lots of fun. I really like all the circles that go from the top left to the bottom right. They bounce around, and all the colors are so fun that it really enhances the photograph and how funny the photograph is. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. This is the last layout that I am making from this kit, but I have put together a card that you can see if you're part of the class on the forum. Or actually, I will probably post it to Instagram because it's for my daughter's birthday. So, all right, thanks guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.